2, 3. What is that? 3 days. 3 days of what? Somebody, I'm sure out there, have talked about this. Other people have been having dreams about the same thing, and it's kind of weird because it's quite a bit of people, but I know not everybody does. There's going to be a time period, and I mean, if it does occur, but imagine if you couldn't go outside for 3 days, and it was almost like the Wild Wild West in a way, where it was just like, you couldn't let anybody into your home, and then once the 3 day period started, it would be like a purge, but also it would be like 3 days where entities would come out, and you heard knocks at your door and you thought it was your family, and if you tried to let anything in, it would be like that Evil Dead movie where it's just like they would look like your family members or friends or someone that you know, but even though they're really not, and then you die for it. Or you have a group of people come to your home and requesting to take your child, your siblings, your mother, your daughter, fathers, brothers, whoever. It'd be just like, it makes me think of the Wild Wild West, or on the lines of just complete chaos that would break out in our society. Because if you know now, it seems like a lot of people are just hating on people for no reason now. They're jealous easy. They're jealous for anybody because homelessness is getting worse. I don't care. If you think it's not an issue, it's an issue. It's not just places like California, New York. It's not just these big cities. It's happening in smaller towns too. That, along with the division in our society, LGBTQ, all these other things, and it's just like stacks and stacks, and it's just like, there's going to come a time in our society where it's just like things are going to seem like they're going to erupt, they're going to break out. I wouldn't doubt there's going to be purges that are going to break out. And yeah, something similar to an event like 3 days of darkness where you can't go outside, you can't let anybody in. And it's not just when I say of anything like demons or entities, like even people that will come to your house and like a Salem witch trial, and they would have torches or they'd have weapons or something, and they would request to take your children, your wives, your sons, your brothers, and converting it. I was reading something out of the Bible last night. It was in Judges or Samuel's, or it was in the chapter of Judges or something. It's one of the scriptures, and it was talking about they were taking people out of their homes and basically requesting for a male, but instead they took the female and they spent time and they raped them all night and they let them back in. It's just like, I really just feel like in my spirit we're going to come to a point like that in our society where, don't you remember during Black Lives Matter movement where they were going to start, someone had broke out and they had said a message that they were going to start leaving the cities and start going to some of these smaller towns and burning and rioting some of these homes and neighborhoods and everything. Imagine if that happened, but instead of just killing everyone, they were raping women, they were torturing people and all that. Like, honestly, I don't really see something like that, especially if we let someone like Kamala or someone else get into office. I don't see anything, or something were to happen in our society. Because I feel like we're at that breaking point, almost we're like right at the tipping point of society literally breaking and crumbling in two. And we're going to reach that point where they're just going to start going to different people's homes and doing just acts of just evil on people randomly. And honestly, I think a lot of people would say, oh no, that could never happen. Well, I don't know. We'll see and see what happens. But I just feel in my spirit that we're reaching some tipping point like that. So, something, I don't know. But anyway, people people, at the end of the day, you know, we believe what we want to believe, but that's, I mean, yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, I don't put it past, especially Democrats, to do something like that as part of an agenda, like a hidden agenda that a lot of people don't believe in, apparently. A lot of people don't believe that there's narratives and agendas being pushed even through media and all this stuff, but the way they're turning on people like Trump and anyone who thinks like that, I don't put it past them to do something like that, so anyway, Fire Nice.